Okay, so here's going to be my highly talked about sword and shield video. This is post commentary, so I already know how long this video is going to take, and you probably all know at this point because I will not shut up about it. But it was just a very impressive time for me. I think it really goes to show how powerful the sword and shield can be if used as intended, which is relentlessly. That, and I guess, you know, a couple large barrel bomb pluses never hurt anyone's times. And I think as I continue to do these tutorials for this Let's Play, I'm learning to appreciate each and every weapon more and more for their individual advantages towards certain monsters. And certainly the sword and shield really benefits against monsters that just will not stand still. Barroth is kind of like one of those. He's like 50-50. He's either charging or he's standing still. I'm glad he didn't notice me. Could have easily destroyed me there. Let's see if I can hit him with a paintball. Actually, I probably just should have thrown the paintball at the bombs. That would have set them off as well. And I probably should have blocked that, but at least I was getting some hits off. The hardest thing with the sword and shield is if he's doing that mud shake attack and you have your weapon sheathed, is you have to be very careful not to unsheath out into the mud. And actually using the monster's body for cover, I think, is probably largely dependent on the size of the Barroth. I mean, clearly the larger the Barroth, the more room you're going to have underneath him to take shelter. But you'll notice, like, my main strategy, like, I'm not going for huge combos, really. Well, I guess I kind of am there. But in general, like, I'm just looking to get off the hits that he'll allow me. And then I'm moving out right away. But it's going to be like those, each one little hit every once in a while, like, those are going to be the attacks that really start to stack up. Like, I'm getting, like, maybe 3 hits at a time. Really not terrible. By the way, make sure to bring plenty of whetstones if you're going to be using the sword and shield. You're going to need a lot more than what they give you. Or you're going to be bouncing a lot. I mean, whichever you prefer. Still got mud on one of his legs. Wow, I got really lucky there. That was very close, that clump of mud. And so he's pretty much at the point where he's safe from taking a lot of elemental damage. I guess I could hit him in the belly. But aside from that, I've really destroyed all of the mud that I could. And really, the advantage of actually having an element on your weapon like the sword and shield is you're pretty much doing twice the amount of damage you would otherwise. I mean, you know, a little less. Let's say 1 2/3. I think that's a fair estimate. I could actually probably get some attacks off on the tail. Oops. Well, I guess that's what I get for being greedy. And see, and him rolling around in the mud is actually a good thing, because that's going to let me get more elemental damage off. I know I've said that a dozen times now. But maybe there are people that are picking and choosing the weapons they see me use. If that's the case, you won't be tired of hearing me say that. Wow, I'm getting a lot of staggers on this. Or trips, I guess is what this is technically called. I think in general I'm getting lucky because he's not spending a lot of time charging around, he's just trying to do close range attacks. Let's see, and that's what I was saying that you have to be careful of is... Oh, well, at least he broke the mud off of me, but you have to be careful about drawing out from underneath him into the mud. you can actually draw into a guard and then start attacking that way. That would be a lot safer if you already had your weapon sheathed. And I've broken all of the mud off of his body again. And see, and if he had not rolled in the mud, that would be a lot less damage than I would have been doing. Right now I'm mostly trying to aim for his claws. That is the weakest part of his body, again. And the sword shield is actually pretty much the only weapon that's really good at doing damage to that. Okay, and he's actually weak enough to be captured, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the cap. So total time, 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Really pretty good. You can't complain about that time at all. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't get any significant body breaks. I think I might have broken the claws. I think they get a little bit more broken than that. Even still, I mean, if you're beating things that quickly, I mean, that's pretty decent. Let's get pumped up, Cha-Cha. Yeah. Yeah, let them hear it. Oh. So yeah, between elemental damage and capturing, you should have a pretty easy time with this guy. And let's just see what we got for rewards. Hopefully something decent. Okay, so I thought I'd conclude this update with a viewing of the 2 Ecology videos that would have been unlocked at this point. First, the Kuropeko Ecology, followed by the Barroth. So just watch the 2 videos and enjoy, and until next time, this is Social Dissonance, also known as Shepherd, saying good luck, and have a good hunt.